So I'm gonna try to read the testaments of, well, it's the testaments of the 12 patriarchs, but inside of it, the book of the Testament of Reuben. Yesterday I did the Testament of Judah. And I was curious, did I have this inside of my Logos app? And I did. So I got it today on the Logos app. So it's going out. It's in this collection of books called the Ante-Nicene Fathers 8. The Fathers of the 3rd and 4th centuries, the 12 patriarchs, excerpts and epistles, and etc. It's got a lot of stuff in here. So I didn't know it was in here until today. So let me go up a little bit. Ooh, and it's gonna go down right here. I'm gonna probably have to take some notes or something. My book somewhere in here. Oh, it's over there. The copy of the Testament of Reuben. What things he charged his sons, excuse me, before he died, in the 125th year of his life, when he was sick, 2 years after the death of Joseph. His sons and his sons' sons were gathered together to visit him, and he said to them, my children, I am dying, and go the way of my fathers. And when he saw there Judah and Gad and Asher, his brethren, he said to them, raise me up, my brethren, that I may tell to you, my brethren, and to my children, what things I have hidden in my heart, for from henceforth my strength failed me. And he arose and kissed them. Why is Anne highlighted? Okay, wait, now kissed is highlighted? What? I'm trying not to make anything highlighted, but okay, maybe that'll work. Maybe I can go with my mouse up here. Okay. So what was I? My children, I am dying, raise me up, my brethren, that I may tell my brethren and to my children what things I have hidden in my heart. For from henceforth my strength failed me. And he arose and kissed them and said, weeping, hear my brethren, give ear to me. Well, give ear to Reuben, your father. What things I have, well, don't say have, what things I command you, and behold, I call to witness against you this day, the God of heaven, that ye walk. I'm just curious about something. Let me see if I do this. What happens? It just goes to, it says the International Standard Bible Encyclopedia. Okay, so they showed me something about the Greek and the Hebrew. Okay, so I was just curious if I could see what source it was coming from, Greek, Hebrew. I don't know. It didn't give me that. Now the words are highlighted again. Let me hit that. There we go. Trying to get nothing highlighted. There we go. So I hit the word day. And behold, after I command you, it says, and behold, I call to witness against you this day, the God of heaven, that you walk not in the ignorance of youth and fornication. Dang, another one said that. Who said that? Judah said that. Judah said that you walk not in the ignorance of youth. I don't know if he said and fornication, but definitely youth. He said something similar to that, if not the exact same. Yeah, something like that. But he did talk about fornication too in Judah's book. But then it says that you walk not in the ignorance of youth and fornication, wherein I ran greedily. And I defiled. I think I might have to look up that word. Okay, that up. I'm about to get them books. Defiled. Put that on the list. Just type it in on my computer real quick. Defiled. Look that up in Hebrew, maybe. I defiled the bed of Jacob, my father. For I tell you that he smote me with the sore plague in my loins for 7 months. And had not Jacob, our father, prayed for me, to the Lord, surely the Lord would have destroyed me. For I was 30 years old when I did this evil in the sight of the Lord, and for 7 months I was sick unto death. And I repented for 7 years in the set purpose of my soul before the Lord. Wine and strong drink I drank not, and flesh entered not into my mouth. And I tasted not pleasant food, mourning over my sin, for it was great, and it shall not so be done in Israel. And now hear me, my children, what things I saw in my repentance concerning the 7 spirits of error. 7 spirits are given against man from Beliar, and they are chief of the works of youth. And 7 spirits are given to him. I'm thirsty. Gotta get it. Thank God. Thank God for water. You know what? Wait. Okay. 7 spirits are given to him. I don't know if I read that part. I know I read the part where it says, and they are chief of the works of youth. And 7 spirits are given to him at his creation, that in them, should be done every work of man. The first spirit is of life, with which man's whole being is created. The second spirit is of sight, with which arise desire. You ain't lying. If I see it, I be like, ooh, and then I want it, or I want to see it up close or something. I don't know. Depends. It could be a rabbit or something like that. What's up, Regina? It could be a drink I like. It could be some food I like. And I was like, ooh. When I was a kid, I'm sure it was candy. Or a game or something. But anyway, who yeah. Okay, so it says the second spirit is of sight. Oh, really? We got something now. Maybe not. I'm over here debating on if I want this order to go to work. As broke as I am, and I'm over here debating. I want to see what else comes out. So I'm reading the Testament of Reuben. So just so you know, Regina, I don't know. Have you ever read this before? So I'm at the part where it says the first. Well, I'll start at the part so you can see these are the 7 spirits. You might have read this, so I might not. But anyway, it's at the part where it talks about the 7 spirits of error, and it says I'll start at the part where it says the first, right after that little 2, right there. So it says the first. I'm trying to get this to not highlight any word. Dang. Can I get it to not highlight anything? Let me try. I couldn't do it. What's all good? We'll just keep all this stuff popping up. I'm just trying to read. Okay, here we go. So it says the first spirit is of life with trying not to lose my spot, with which man's whole being is created. The second spirit is of sight, with which arise desire. The third spirit is of hearing, with which come teaching. I'm feeling good from reading this already. We got the third, we got the fourth. Spirit is of smelling, with which taste is given to draw air and breath. The fifth spirit is of speech, with which come knowledge. The sixth spirit is of taste, with which come the eating of meats and drinks, and by them strength is produced. For in food is the foundation of strength. The seventh spirit is of begetting and sexual intercourse. Oh wow. They actually say sexual intercourse in this. I'm surprised because a lot of translations don't use the modern words for sex. They use stuff like, well, it's all good. They use forced, lie, stuff like that. Sexual intercourse. Do I need this one? No, I don't think I need that one. And sexual intercourse with which through love or pleasure sin also enter in. Oh, my bad, Regina. I'm just not seeing what you said. My bad. Yes, I read some this morning. Thank you. Okay, good. All right. Okay, I didn't read that part yet. Right there. Okay, wherefore it is the last in order of creation, and the first of youth, because it is filled with ignorance, which lead the young as a blind man to a pit, and as cattle to a precipice. Besides all these, there is an eighth spirit of sleep. That's what I'm talking about. With which is created entrancement of man's nature and the image of death. With these spirits are mingled the spirits of error. The first, the spirit of fornication. My bad. I thought I saw something over there. I'm looking at two computers. Nah, I can't talk to you right now. Alright. The spirit of fornication dwell in the nature and in the senses. The second, spirit of insatiability. I'm trying to say this. Insatiability. I can't say the second part. Insatiability. I can't even say it, y'all. I can't even get it. I can't get it together. But in the belly, maybe I'll get it in the future. Insatiability. The way it's spelled throws me off. The third, spirit of fighting in the liver and the gall. The fourth is the spirit of fawning and trickery, that through over officiousness a man may be fair in seeming. The fifth is the spirit of arrogance. That's okay, it's hard to pronounce. Yeah, it's a little crazy. Okay. The fifth is the spirit of arrogance, that a man may be stirred up and become high-minded. Oh yeah. The sixth is the spirit of lying in perdition and in jealousy, to feign words and to conceal words from kindred and friends. The seventh is the spirit of injustice, with which are theft and pilferings, that a man may work the desire of his heart. For injustice works together with the other spirits by means of craft. Besides all these, the spirit of sleep, the eighth. Spirit is conjoined with error and fantasy. You ain't lying about that. And the, my bad, it don't say the, and so perisheth every young man, darkening his mind from the truth, and not understanding the law of God, nor obeying the admonitions. Did I say that properly? I think I said that properly. Admonitions or monitions. I said monitions, but it's close. Admonitions of his fathers, as befell me also in my youth. And now my children, well, don't think my children, but and now children love the truth, and it shall preserve you. I like that verse. Well, I mean, it's a scripture. It's not like numbered or anything, but I like that one though. I counsel you, hear you, Reuben, your father. Pay no heed to the sight of a woman. Oh, it's getting good. It's getting good. Okay. Pay no heed to the sight of a woman, nor yet associate privately with a female under the authority of a husband, nor meddle with affairs of a. That's the one I was just telling somebody about. This sounds like the Testament of Judah. Man. Okay. So this is. I wish it was like chapters or something, but it's not. So I would just have to probably highlight that. Do I want to highlight it? I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm highlighting. I can always unhighlight if I want to. to start right here. I think on my PDF version, this is probably already highlighted. Pay no heed to the sight of a woman nor associate privately with a female under the authority of a husband, nor meddle with affairs of womankind. For had not Bilhah, getting into that. What color? Yellow, green, pink. I think that's pink. It looked orange. Whatever. So it says, for had I not seen Bilhah bathing in a covered place, I had not fallen into this great iniquity, for my mind dwelling on the woman's nakedness suffered me not to sleep until I had done the abominable deed. For while Jacob our father was absent with Isaac his father, when we were in Gader near Ephrathah in Bethlehem, Bilhah was drunk. I forgot that she was drunk when she did that. I'm gonna have to make sure I highlight that. Bilhah was drunk and lay asleep uncovered. Remind me of Noah. Never mind that. Never mind that, but it does. Regina said, I love this book. He slept with his dad's wife while she was drunk. Yahuwah forgave him. Thank you for reading. No problem. Bilhah was drunk and lay asleep uncovered in her chamber. And when I went in and beheld her nakedness, I wrought that in piety. I only need that part. So I'm going to just put this in the same color. Orange. Oh, they tell me the colors. Oh, that's red. I'm going to try red. Okay. I wrought that in piety, and leaving her sleeping, I departed. And forthwith, an angel of God revealed to my father, Jacob, concerning my impiety, and he came and mourned over me and touched her no more. Pay no heed, therefore, to the beauty of women. That's the same thing Judah said. Good. Anyway, did I go down? I did by accident. Pay no heed, therefore, to the beauty of women, and muzz, which can mean to reflect or think, and muzz not on their doings, but walk in singleness of heart in the fear of the Lord, and be laboring in works and roaming in study. This sounds just like the Testament of Judah. I'll tell you. If I had to cross-reference, this would be a cross-reference to the Testament of Judah at a certain point. What was I? Laboring and be laboring in works and roaming and study and among your flocks until the Lord gives you. It makes me want to go look at it so bad. But I want all this. Okay, until the Lord give you a wife whom He will, that you suffer not as I did. Yeah, that sounds like. I want that too. I don't know what color to highlight this in. Green, red, it don't even matter, just highlight. Until my father's death, I had not boldness to look steadfastly into the face of Jacob, or to speak to any of my brethren because of my reproach. And even maybe I just was reading this lately, and also I read the Testament of Judah, so it sounds like maybe that's what it is. Okay, let's see. Or to speak to any of my brethren because of my reproach, and even until now my conscience afflicteth me by reason of my sin, and my father comforted me. For he prayed for me to the Lord, that the anger of the Lord might pass away from me, even as the Lord showed me from henceforth. Then I was protected. and I sin not. Therefore, my children, observe all things whatsoever I command you, and you shall not sin. For fornication is the destruction of the soul, separating it from God. Interesting. Like that one. And bringing it near to idols, because it deceived the mind and understanding, and bring down young men into hell before their time. Hmm. Hmm. For many have fornication destroyed, because though a man be old or noble, it make him a reproach and a laughing stock with Beliar. Hmm. And the sons of men, for in that Joseph kept himself from every woman, and purged his thoughts from all fornication. He found favor before the Lord and men, for the Egyptian woman did many things to him, and called for magicians, and offered him love potions, and the purpose of his soul admitted no evil desire. Therefore the God of my fathers delivered him from every visible and hidden death. For if fornication overcome not the mind, neither shall blight. That's what I'm talking about right there. It's a good one right here. I'm gonna put that in yellow. Supposedly yellow, but okay, so we got it's just paragraphs. Yeah. What chapters? I guess. 5. Hurtful are women, my children, because since they have no power or strength, oh, I remember this, over the man, they act subtly through outward guise, how they may draw him. Okay, I just had to make sure I read all the messages. I'm gonna start at. I'll just start where it says, because since they have no power or strength over the man, they act subtly through outward guise, how they may draw him to themselves, and whom they cannot overcome by strength, him they overcome by craft. And well, for moreover, the angel of God told me concerning them, and taught me that women are overcome by the spirit of fornication more than men. And they devise in their heart against them, against men. And by means of their adornment, they deceive first their minds, and instill the poison by the glance of their eye. And then they take them captive by their doings, for a woman cannot overcome a man by force. Therefore, flee fornication, my children, and command your wives and your daughters that they adorn not their heads and their faces. Because I like that one. Because every woman who act deceitfully in these things has been reserved for everlasting punishment. Classic. Um, I don't know if I highlighted what color. I don't know. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna do blue. I'm gonna do blue. Let's get the whole thing. Okay. Here go the watchers. For thus they allured the watchers before the flood. Hmm. Okay. Interesting. And as these continually beheld them, they fell into desire, each of the other, and they conceived, hmm. and they conceived the act in their mind, and changed themselves into the shape of men, hmm. Hmm. And appeared to them in their congress with their husbands, and the women having in their minds desire toward their aberrations, gave birth to giants, for the watchers appeared to them as reaching even to heaven. beware. It's getting hot now. Gotta go turn this heat down. Um, yeah, before I start 6, let me turn this heat down. That makes sense. Okay, beware therefore of fornication. And if you wish to be pure in your mind, guard your senses against every woman, and command them likewise not to company with men, that they also may be pure. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get that one. In their mind, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that one. I don't know what color. Oh no. Do this. And it says, for constant meetings, even though the ungodly deed be not wrought, are to them an I'm gonna say this right. Irremediable disease. I think that's I think I know what it means, but the way I said it, even if it was right, I think it's irremediable. I think I got I can do this. Oh, it's in Tobit too. That's what I'm talking about. It's in Esther too. Huh. I didn't mean to look up cross references, but I thought it would tell me basically like a meaning for it. No, but I think I know what it means anyway. They knew what I wanted. They knew what I wanted. That's what I thought. That's not good. I did not highlight that word. I just double click whatever. So it says for constant meetings, even though the ungodly deed be not wrought, are to them an oh dang irremediable disease, and to us an everlasting reproach of the liar. For fornication hath neither understanding nor godliness in itself, and all jealousy dwell in the desire thereof. Mm. Therefore you will be jealous against the sons of Levi, and will seek to be exalted over them. But you shall not be able, for God will work their avenging, and you shall die by an evil death. For to Levi the Lord gave the sovereignty, and to Judah, and to me also with them, and to Dan and Joseph, that we should be for rulers. Therefore I command you to hearken to Levi, because he shall know the law of the Lord. Until, wait, I skipped a line. I went down a line by accident. The law of the Lord, and shall give ordinances for judgment and sacrifice for all Israel, until the completion of the times of Christ. The high priest, whom the Lord hath declared, I adjure you by the God of heaven, to work truth, each one with his neighbor, and draw you near to Levi in humbleness of heart, that that you may receive a blessing from his mouth. For he shall bless Israel, and especially Judah. Especially is in italics. Interesting. And Judah, because him hath the Lord chosen to rule over all the peoples. and worship we his seed, because he shall die for us in wars and invisible, and shall be among you an everlasting king. And Reuben died after that he had given sorry, after he had given command to his sons that they placed him in a coffin until they bore him up from Egypt and buried him in Hebron in the double cave where his fathers were. Dang. Okay, that was fast. I thought that was gonna be a kind of quick read. Hmm. Well, whoever watching will watch. Y'all can let me know what y'all thought about that. So it didn't talk about wine in that one, but talked about fornication. It was another one too. Talked about fornication and the ignorance of youth and the seven spirits of error and some other stuff. But yeah, I can definitely use some of these scriptures. I guess I'm gonna read the Testament of Simeon. It probably won't be now, but soon. I didn't even know if I was gonna be able to get the Testament of Reuben in today, but I did. So I'm on a little break from work, so I just was like, I'm gonna try to read this while I'm on break. But I'm gonna go and do some Hebrew definitions. It was one word I saw. I think I want to do. I don't know if I already did it. I got to check. I need to start me a new list too. Regina said, "Didn't all of them struggle with the lust except Joseph?" I don't know. I haven't read all of them in a while, but I know some did. I can't answer that. But maybe in about a week or maybe about 2 weeks I can answer. Cause I don't know. Right off the top of my head, I haven't read these in a while. I'm about to read them all again though. Here we go. So defile. I don't know. I might have did defile. I did wife already. No, I don't see that. No, I don't see it. Oh, I think it's before that page. Yes, nope. Okay, I didn't do it. Just had to check my little list. I'm gonna watch when you read the others. Okay, cool with me. I'm finna end this live, come back and do some Hebrew definitions before I go back to work and some other goals I gotta do. So I had to stretch my leg. I felt a little pain. All right, well, Regina, God willing, I'll catch you another day, or you'll catch me, vice versa. More like you catch me, but either way, God willing, I'll see you again, and peace be to the saints. Salam. You welcome.